Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to give you the new movement toga guide for My Hero Ultra Rumble. We have timestamps for the different tips that I'm going to be showing you. The last tip will be about the quirk levels and what they affect. Stay safe, have fun, enjoy. Goodbye. Alright, for tip number 1, we're going to go over Toga's gamma skill properties. Just for the press of the button, you usually get a dash forward with the knife, and if you hit an opponent with it and hold the button down, you'll immediately transform into them without having to press an additional button. Switching back from this action will also allow you to get back all your cooldowns for Toga immediately. So this could just be a quick way to refresh all your buttons so that you can do massive amounts of damage and then transform, then can proceed to have all your skill cooldowns back with almost no repercussions. You just need to land the skill for this to occur. Tip number 2 is just another property of her gamma skill. Pretty much the move was made so that when you do the dash, you switch locations with your opponent. It pulls them back to where you were, and it switches you to where they were. So essentially, if you hit your opponent in a hectic fight, you could switch into them, and they would see two names of Bakugo and Bakugo. So if this was a hectic fight and they're not really paying that much attention to their teammate, they might just think, oh, they took damage from somebody else, and the Bakugo that's standing directly next to them has to be their Bakugo, while the Bakugo far away. So they might just waste time shooting that one instead of you, which will allow you to plan accordingly on what your next moves are, if you're gonna hit them with a powerful attack while they're off guards, run behind a corner, continue to do whatever it is you do. But this just allows Toga to lean into the trickery and deceit of the transformation ability. Okay, for tip number 3, we're gonna go over her Sting Dance quirk for beta skill. It usually just says that you fly upwards and send out your little syringes. But it says if you're in the air, you'll perform a somersault in place. And specifically, whenever you jump backwards, that's without pressing anything. And if I did the same thing after jumping in the air, I still get sent backwards. So you don't do it in place, you still move backwards, and if you also press forward during it, you can move forwards. Even if you're in the air and you start it like that, you have less forward momentum, I guess. No, even then I pressed forward and I still moved forward, so it's just pretty much the same regardless of if you jumped or not. You just get a little bit more height if you jump before doing it, as opposed to doing it from the grounded state. So that skill description is not exactly accurate. For Toga's alpha quirk, and it usually just bounces off of walls. It kind of works like a boomerang, except for if Toga's moving a lot, which I'm trying to showcase. They can miss her. They're not always going to hit her directly on target, unlike some boomerangs in some games where they have very high magnetism. This one tries to go back to where she was when it started its bounce backwards. It still can be used to hit somebody on the forward and return trip, and I do believe it counts characters as surfaces for its return. So sometimes it'll hit once, and then sometimes if it counts a wall behind them and there's enough space, it will hit them twice. But it's not always consistent, so sometimes a specific angle will be giving you more damage than another one, and that's just going to be something to get around with the character or learn how to do consistently to master her. For this last tip, I'm just essentially going to show you guys the different sizes of her moves and like different appearances of her moves, while also showing you what it changes from the menu so that you can get an idea of what you should and shouldn't be upgrading with her as you play your matches.
Get away! My turn! Surprise attack! Give me your blood. You want it?